Hello, friends. Pastor Amy here from Southgate United Methodist Church. It's Wednesday, November 1st, the first day of November. We just had Halloween yesterday, and as a parent, the day after all Halloween always feels like a Monday. It doesn't matter what day of the week it is; it always feels like a Monday. But we had a good time. I hope all of you had a great Halloween as well. With this being the first of the month, this is the week where I got to do once again story time with the preschoolers, and so I just wanted to share with you a little bit about what I talked with them about. We're working through the fruits of the Spirit. I have this little sheet that I go over with them of the fruits of the Spirit. We talked today about faithfulness, and faithfulness seems like such a nuanced and complicated term. I had to think carefully about how do we talk about faithfulness with preschoolers. So I thought about it in the sense of keeping promises. So I found a story from the Bible about God keeping a promise to a person and a person keeping a promise to God. And so I found the story of Hannah. Hannah was the mother of Samuel. She went a long time without being able to have children, and she prayed really, really hard, and asked for a child, and God allowed her to have a child. She named this child Samuel, and promised to raise him to love and serve God. And Samuel grew up to be a great prophet and judge in the early history of Israel. So that's a story about both God and Hannah keeping promises to one another. So it seemed to me like a good example of faithfulness. And then the contemporary story that I read with the kids is a really sweet story called Noodle and Lou. It's the story of Noodle is the worm here, and he's having a bad day. He's just feeling really down on himself. But his friend Lou, who is the bird, just always found ways to lift Noodle's spirits. If he's feeling down on himself, Lou's like, no, you are fantastic just the way you are. You are a worm, and you are the wormiest of worms, and that's a good thing. And I like the back here. Kind of a theme of the book is who do you turn to when you're feeling blue? And I just thought Noodle and Lou were a good example of faithful friends. And a tagline of the book is about seeing yourself through your best buddy's eyes. And I thought, what if we were all capable of seeing ourselves the way God sees us? God loves us so much and unconditionally. Coming up this Sunday, we're continuing our series in week 3 of the art of neighboring. And we're going to talk about issues related to when we might be fearful of our neighbors or not ready to reach out for fear of being too vulnerable, fear of the unknown, fear of being hurt, those kinds of things. So we'll be talking about that on Sunday. And in addition, on Sunday, we will be celebrating an observance of All Saints' Day. Traditionally, with All Saints, it's a day to give thanks to God for the lives and deaths of God's saints. And we have, as Methodists, a very loose definition of saints. There are, of course, in the Catholic Church, canonized saints who have names and feast dates and things like that. Anglicans also, or Episcopalians as well. In the Methodist Church, we give a generalized thanks for all the people who have led us to faith, whether they're well-known people or obscure people or people that maybe we only know. In church, we will also be lifting up the names of members of the church that have passed away within the past year. It will be, I think, a beautiful day, a beautiful service to remember the people that we love, the people that have loved God. And we can also carry in our hearts, whether or not our loved ones have passed away within the last year. It's always a beautiful day to lift up in our hearts those people that were important to us on our own faith journeys as well. Remember that God loves you, so do I, and I'll see you Sunday.